Hey guys, so we're on the mats, got my grappling dummy in the back and everything. Jiu-jitsu, baby. Sorry, no videos last week. Last week was crazy with regionals coming up and everything. Plus my daughter got sick, got a bug, so of course as a good dad, I had to share that with her. And so that leading to regionals with, over there no eating, didn't drink enough, hard to sleep. Awesome week. So, speaking of awesome week, of course I'm going to talk about regionals, right? And how well everything went for Invictus. First, a few updates on everything. So, my lifter Ali went back yesterday to her first full day of training since we started, and everything went beautifully well. She's doing good, so she went back to a normal day of training. Everything held up. Her strength is still there, so she's very happy right now because she gets to go back to normal training. So that's a big success. 10 weeks, honestly, it's great because I did not think it would go that fast. I'm very happy she can go to a fairly high level already of volume and weight after such a short time without any pain in her neck. That's a great success. It's not my success, it's her success because she's a fantastic athlete. It helps no matter what. She has awesome genetics, that's always good. But she also put in the work. Like, she trained extremely hard. She bought in the system. Trust me, let me do my thing from the get-go. She trusts me with this. She just let me do what I do. And she bought in the system, and now you can tell even mentally, like she understands what is it that I'm trying to do, and she helps tremendously. She's very autonomous in this, plays with internal, external rotation all the time and everything. I'm very happy about her progress, obviously, where she's at right now and everything. And so let's get to the Olympics. So also this week I started the first coaches week, right? Chris from CrossFit ACR came this week to be actually my first coach to shadow me, right, officially, and that's going really well. It was I'm happy with one just Chris. Like, next week I have 3 coaches actually coming, but this week was just one, which was great. Chris and his girlfriend. It was awesome because it allowed me to get my feet wet a little bit with this, and everything was great. I'm very happy with the coaches week. I have to say I'm very excited this is going, because I get to do exactly what I want that way. I get to explain the system first, the theory, and then put it in application, and then train the coach really hard so he has a feel for exactly what is it I'm looking for, and then do this again and again and again, and at the same time having to do assessments on other people so he can see me work as I go, and so that way he has his own experience, but he can also compare that to other athletes being assessed at the same time. And then my coaches are here, so we all got to talk. It was a great experience. So actually I'm super happy this ended up being a good idea. I wasn't necessarily sure at first, and I have to thank the first one to come from New York, because he just keep emailing me, can I come, please come, can I please come, can I please come, can I please come? And I was like, no man, I don't want someone to follow me around for 3 days, that's kind of weird. But he kept asking until I said yes, and thank you, because I end up being, I'm very happy about this. I feel like this is really how I'm going to be able to help, because I can truly get the message out that way, because it's hours upon hours upon hours where I get to explain the way I think, because all my system, everything takes time. This will take time to get across. I mean, it's there's so much things. The simple principles in a way. You know what I mean? Like, but it's a lot of time to be able to explain all this in the way I want, and then it's very important to also see me work. So people can see the applications, like how I applied all this to the athletes. So overall, the coaches week is right now 1 week in. It's a great success. I'm very, very happy, and so obviously I'm going to keep doing this. I'm happy with the format, and probably I'm going to use this as a certification process. It'd be first step number 1. So we'll see, but the way I'm looking at it right now, it's like the prerequisite to enter will be the certification process will be like the seminars, right? So you understand the theory of it, and then after that will be a certain number of hours of coaches week. Like, so 1 week is about 25 hours more or less. So I'll probably do like 50 hours in 2 sessions. So you have to do 1 coaches week of 1 week, wait a certain amount of time and do a second week, right? And then in between those time, you'll have to do like 3 case studies at your gym of athletes that are hurt, and then so we can do so. The website will help for this because we'll have all those case studies on that top tier website, so everybody can study this in a classroom kind of style, so we can all bounce idea of each other, things like that. And then after the 50 hours shadowing me, the 3 case studies after the seminar is a prerequisite. We'll have like a weekend where I bring everybody together, and then we'll do like some kind of a test, like Pauline does, like, which means like we take an athlete, and then one of the coach has to do an assessment on the athletes or 2, and then we can grade like this, and then good result means certification. So it'll be a long process. It'll take over 6 months. I do not intend to do a weekend certification. That is not going to work like this. It'll be strenuous. It'll be a lot of work. It'll take a long time, and you'll have to put in the work, just like I did to create all this. You will have to put in the work. I explain to you how to do it, not what to do. So you will have to work on all that also on your own. I expect adults here and understanding. Like, if I will try to share the knowledge as much as I can, but again, I will not feed you a fish. I will teach you how to fish. So understand that this is a different way of doing this, right? And so also we released all the venues and the dates for this summer, all the seminars in Europe. That started very well. I think CrossFit Thames in England, in London, is ahead. I think they are almost sold out or close to it. So that's great. All the venues are everything is being handled correctly. Like Chris from Barbell Shrug is helping me tremendously with the content over the website. Charlotte, my producer, that I love to piss off, so I call her my manager because I piss her off more than anything. So love you, Charlotte. I just like to piss you off. Sorry. She's handling all the logistics. Everything is moving very swimmingly, and so the 2 seminars in Torrance also are. I opened a few spots because they are already past 30 people per. So open up a few spots because I had so many people asking. Very excited about those. Very excited about the Coaches Week. It's going good. Very excited about Ali doing so well. My athlete, I cannot name her, but my athlete that had a problem with the sandbag the first time is doing better every week. Kristen Holte from the CrossFitter. Like I expect her to do really well in the Meridian Regional. She's been killing it. Her deadlift is a beautiful thing to watch now. She's been getting stronger. I can't wait to see her compete in 10 days from when I'm saying this. Sorry, in a week from when I'm saying this. So let's talk about, speaking of regionals, let's talk about what happened in California. So everything went so well for Invictus. Obviously, Lauren won regionals. Honestly, like we were talking with Armen, from Flow Elite and the Wadcast podcast together, and he was because he came to stay at my house while we were in San Diego while we were doing the regionals, and he was asking me who I thought would win, and I told him Lauren. She looked really good. And by the way, do you guys know why she won the regional? She did so well because her mindset is in the right place right now. She's so strong mentally and she wants it so bad. That is the biggest difference that I saw from this year to last year. Like when I started training Lauren, it was before the games last year. After she rolled the ankle, after regionals, we started for the team to do the strongman stuff. And this is not the same person as I saw at the regionals. Like, she's so much more mature, so strong mentally. She wants it. Ladies, at the games, Lauren is coming. Oh my God, she wanted it so bad. And that's why she did so well. It's not me. Like, I didn't send anybody anywhere. This is her all the way. She has worked very hard on a mental game, and she is sharp right now. It was for such a young girl who's under such pressure, especially after last year, not qualifying, rolling her ankle, the Nike contract, all that stuff. She worked on that this year on her mental game, and it showed. She was calm, she was composed the entire weekend. She never let off. Very impressive. I mean, if I can take some of the credit on something, it would be that what we did allowed her to wake up on Saturday morning and Sunday morning somewhat fresh. Like, honestly, she was moving just as well on Sunday as she was moving on Friday. So that I was very happy, because I'll take some of the credit for that. We were able to balance her and train her in a way that her body did not get beat down. And then Ras took second, which was great. I'm very, very happy for Ras. The workouts, I thought he performed, him too, very, very well, very strong mentally. Got there on Sunday, physically was fine on a chipper. He pushed when he had to. Last workout, he was cruising because honestly he was in second place, nothing was going to happen. But you can tell on the chipper he had to push a little bit, and he did that beautifully. I thought he looked great compared to last year. He was leaner, stronger, more balanced. He was great on Sunday. That's when you win. You win on Sunday. I don't care how well you look on Friday. Honestly, to me, it's always how do you feel on a Sunday morning, and are you going to compete well? Because if you look on the women and the men, by the way, crazy finish on the individuals, because on the women there were 4 women, 4 points, 4 women, 2 spots. So it was a crazy last event. Like China Cho and my friend Jamie had to do 1 and 2 in order to qualify, and they did. So it was a great finish. Same thing on the men, like 3, 4, and 5th, or 4th and 5th, 6 and 7 were very close, and so it was whoever wins. Garrett Fisher made it on the last one. He pushed, and that was very impressive. By the way, speaking of Garrett Fisher, because he was winning the workout, and he got no rep on the rope climb on a judge. That's a under 3-minute workout. So an extra rope climb, legless, on a 3-minute workout, that's a humongous thing, right? And he was on the second round. He was beating everybody, and he got no rep on that rope climb. Man, that could have messed him up mentally so badly. And guess what? Didn't phase him. He just went around, took 2 breaths, did it again, finished the workout, qualified for the game. Very impressive. That was great to see, because that could have messed him up mentally big time at that moment. So I thought that was great for Garrett. Very happy. Garrett is with Chris Piller, actually, that I got to meet for the first time at regionals. I was very happy. I was showing him the internal rotation of my stuff. I got to actually show him for 10 minutes all my stuff. I love Chris Piller, so it was great for me to be able to actually show him my stuff. That was awesome. But Garrett trains with us at Invictus, so I was very happy to see him do well. Then, of course, the team did so great. Finished third because Maddie had a mishap on the rope climb. Her too, she got no rep. And she didn't take it quite as well as Garrett. So I was very happy for Maddie, actually, because this will allow her to mature as an athlete. And this was the best possible moment to do it, because it didn't matter, honestly. Like, the Invictus was going to qualify. The only difference was third or second place. That's it. So I thought it was great, because she messed up on a big stage. And she learned the lesson from it. She becomes a better athlete out of that, because we all done that. We all blew a casket in front of everybody at the crucial moment of competition. I did it just like everybody else, and me had much worse consequences than he had for her. So I was very happy. Maddie did so good the entire weekend. The entire team did so good. Again, hard workouts for the team. Woke up Sunday ready to go. Everybody was sore, but ready to go. Overall, it's just, honestly, he went about as well as he could have gone. Like Nuno finished 13th, Kat finished 19th on one leg because her knee was so messed up on the left, and people have actually asked me why let Kat compete, because she wanted to. Before the regionals, we had a conversation where I say, look, if you have structural damage on that knee, you're out. I will not help you mess up your knee. But in between every workout, so the Korean bastard, was checking. There was no swelling in the knee, no structural damage. It was painful, but there was no damage in the knee. So, and it was very important to her to do those regionals, because she'd been, she got hurt pretty badly last year, and she needed for herself as a person, as a human being, to do the regional. Her goal was not to finish last, and I told her, you're going to do better than that. My goal for her was top 20, and she finished 19th, so I was excessively happy about that. She gutted it because she was in pain the entire time. After there was a question about the pistols. She powered through those in pain, but she finished everything. And again, no damage on the knee, no swelling. I'm not saying it wasn't painful, because it was, but sometimes as a coach, this is part of coaching. Like, as a person, she needed to do this. She needed to push through that weekend. And so I gave her a bit of tough love, because it was very hard on her. And I was like, look, we decided to do this. We're going to do this. Like, I will never allow an athlete to go into anything that could create structural damage, ever. I will not let an athlete get hurt. But it was important for her to do this, to do the regionals, and to finish. And so I supported her, and when she needed, I pushed her also. Because sometimes it's not just about your body, it's about your soul. and this was good for her. And she finished 19th. So she knows, like, once we fix everything, balance her out, and make her stronger, she's going to be a hell of a CrossFitter. So I was very, very happy for her. I thought it was a great proof of mental toughness. And you know that I hate to see athletes hurt and everything. And so we checked a lot about that, about damage on the knee. But sometimes, you know, for her as a person, she needed this. So we were like, okay, if that's the choice, if that's what you want, you need to do this for you, I will help you go through that. I mean, and that's part of being a coach. That's what really about coaching is, by the way. Coaching is not programming. That's easy. Like coaching is this: is being next to the athletes when things don't necessarily go well, and supporting them, and, you know, pushing them forward when they need, or telling them nope, you know, moving forward, things like that. So overall, great weekend. And so I'll talk a little bit about the event overall. So everything was great, but there's a few things I noticed. The regional, just like last year, was interesting. It was really, every workout was based out of one movement, if you look. So it looks like the open was to weed out who didn't have a motor, right? If you couldn't do a lot of reps and breathe really hard, you couldn't do the open. So took everybody out, take the top 20, you all have conditioning, good. Let's go this way. And now we get to regionals, and every single workout was based on one movement, one skill. If you don't have the skill, you're out. So the idea, I think, from the way I saw it this year was, do you have a motor? Then you go to the next stage. Now, do you have the skill required for the CrossFit Games? Because if you don't, you're not going through. So regional was not a competition itself. It was really a test, like a prerequisites for the games. You have a motor? Good. Do you have the skill? Good. Now we can go to the games. So I didn't see the regionals as a competition itself. I saw it as just a test of the prerequisite for the CrossFit Games, which makes total sense to me, because the end game is the CrossFit Games. So we tested the motor in the open, and now we're going to test the skill. So if you look, first workout was the snatch, obviously, so one movement. Second one was all about, could you do strict muscle ups? Because seven strict handstand push-ups and then kettlebell swings was nothing. Is, can you do strict muscle ups? And if you couldn't, you were in trouble. The workout. Oh yeah, right. The pistols and the power cleans. Obviously, power cleans at that weight wasn't that big of a deal. So it was all about, can you do a lot of pistols? And I think that workout was, after pistols and power clean, your back was shot, right? So now your erectors are really tired from all, you know, all the crashing at the bottom makes your back tight, your erectors tired, and now you go into the second workout of Saturday, which, true form, GHD, heavy deadlift. So it was all about the deadlift. In order to win, you had to go fast on the GHD sit-ups, yes, but the question was, can you deadlift 275 for reps fast? It was all about the deadlift, because remember, from the morning, your back is short, your erectors are tired. Then you go into the workout, we're going to take your hammies away from the true form. We're going to take your core away, your abs, through the GHD, and your back, because, you know, leaning back so much, and now you're going to deadlift heavy. So if your back was tired from the morning, you are going to die on that workout, and you saw it happen to a lot of athletes. And so then you go into the third day, then it's the cheaper. Can you do overhead squat heavy? On a normal day, you could, I'm sure, but like that's the third day, your back is destroyed from the day before. Those overhead squats got heavy really fast. Men and women, I've seen some people struggle mightily on those. A way that normally they would smoke, but not on Sunday morning. That was a different game. And then, of course, you finish with a workout that was the thrusters and a legless rope climb. It was all about the legless rope climb. Can you grip, still handle, and your lats handle this after 3 days? And so, obviously, they were testing the skills required for the CrossFit Games. What struck me too, being there with seeing all the athletes, is the key to me to regionals was to be able to wake up Saturday morning somewhat fresh, moving correctly, and same thing Sunday morning. If you did not recover on Sunday from the two workouts on Saturday, that was going to be a hard chipper. But the crazy part was Saturday, really. I think that was the core, because Friday blew up everybody's arms, you know, between struck muscle ups and the heavy snatch in the morning. But they got into Saturday. If your back was dinged for any reason whatsoever, or going into regionals, you were in for a rough day. That was the main thing. And then you saw, like how well Lauren did. Like when she got to the deadlift, she was fine. She banged the 275. She caught up with broke hands. Everything was correct, because she got into it, moving correctly. nothing specially sore, so good programming and balanced athletes. If you were someone who relies too much on your erectors, right, you did not survive Saturday. You blew up your back because those pistols and power cleans got your erectors tired. Now the true form takes whatever posterior chain you had left, and you go on those deadlifts, and by the third round, your erectors are just toasted. And the problem with that is not just that you're not going to do well on Saturday afternoon, is you get to Sunday, and now your back is destroyed. Because once your erectors are shot, and then I see a lot of CrossFitters that rely mostly on their erectors. Once those erectors were tired, now what, right? Now you get to the cheaper and you got nothing left, and then you get to a legless rope climb, and I saw a number of athletes did the 21 thruster, they came back and they were walking back instead of running back to the rope like Garrett did. I saw athletes walking, even though they needed the win to go to the games. And I see athletes coming back walking. I was like, yeah, man, it's the body's beat up. You know, it's not the guy wants to win more than everybody. It's just the body was tired, and so I saw quite a few athletes that got to the regionals, not in, I'm sure their conditioning was great, but they were not in tip-top shape in the sense of they were not balanced, and they were somewhat dinged a little bit, shoulder, back, things like that. And we saw quite a few people getting somewhat hurt this weekend, and a lot of athletes train too much before regional. You see it every year, and I think that's a way of calming their anxiety. But beating yourself up is not the best way to do this. And so I think as a coach, the way I see it is the most important part is to get athletes in a place where they can express their true fitness. I'm sure that everybody's conditioning was great, but if you are somewhat hurt, if things are dinged, your back or things like that, you will not be able to compete the entire weekend at your true potential. And so that's what I saw. I saw athletes that are better than what they show. Like you could tell the body was not responding the way they wanted. And I think that's where, so most of the coaches are home assist. I mean, like they stress in order to elicit a response. And everybody was working very hard on those metcons and conditioning. And I don't think that's what that weekend was about. The conditioning wasn't really that big of a deal, because if you could not do the movement in questions, it didn't matter how hard, how good your motor was. If you couldn't do the movement, like on the strict muscle ups, it wasn't a workout where you were going to breathe that heavy, in the sense of if you can't do strict muscle ups, there's no workout. Same thing on most of them. Like if you couldn't do the deadlift, you were going to look at the bar. It's not about so it wasn't about the running, it was about the deadlift. It wasn't about the kettlebell swings. It was about the strict muscle ups. So the best key for athletes at regional is to get their balance and healthy, because by Saturday night you're beat up to shit. And it was important to have the athletes balanced and fresh. And I think that's where Ras and Lauren did so well, is they got to Sunday ready to rock. I mean, like Saturday you saw Lauren on deadlift workout, she was just fine. She got to those deadlift, banged all of them, unbroken, fast, and just kept hitting everything. And that's where the balance comes in. You know what I mean? And so what I saw was too many athletes getting to regionals. I'm sure their cardio was great, but they were not in top shape, I would say, because they were all somewhat dinged. The body was not ready to perform for those 3 days. Let's put it this way, right? So, but overall, it was an awesome experience. It's very draining, because at the regionals, the athletes have nothing to gain, everything to lose, right? If you don't make it, everybody points their finger at you, and if you make it, they go like, yeah, great, you're supposed to make it, so now, next stage. So the regionals are always very draining for everybody. It's a lot of stress on the athletes and the coaches, because imagine if all those people are not made it for Invictus, it wouldn't be that good. And so now we're going to the game, so now that's going to be cool. Plus the game is my thing, because there's going to be a lot of strongman events for the team, even more for the individuals. So now I get to shine into the strongman part and everything. But I was very happy to see the athletes balance, and on Sunday being able to perform. So I will take a little bit of the credit on that one, and then the rest of the credit goes to CJ for programming, for preparing all the athletes so well. And again, for Lauren, she's coming. She was very sharp mentally. She's in a good place. She's coming for the games. Okay, so I will go back to my normal schedule on videos. So it took so long. Last week was a bit rough, getting sick and all that stuff. But I'm back on, and I will keep updating about all the seminars, the coaches week. So I'll tell you about the 3 coaches I'm getting next week. And the website is coming. We're talking with Chris. Everything is moving really fast. It's a lot of work. It's super exciting. I'm more and more excited about how much feedback I get from all of you guys. By the way, thank you always. I got an awesome email yesterday about a guy who just said thank you. That's all. He just wrote an entire page just to say thank you, that inspired him and everything. And it was an awesome email. He was not asking anything, just saying thank you. That's it. And it was a great email because I could tell he was touched by all this. And by the way, I had a few of you guys at regionals coming to me to say something. Thank you for all you put out there. And so makes me wake up with a smile in the morning. You don't see me smile much, but I do. And all this is, I'm as excited as you guys are about all this. I feel in a very good place. I just, share my stuff, and I get such a tremendous feedback from all of you guys. It makes me feel like we have a shot at this, that we can actually change the world. So, by the way, if I look serious during originals, because I was sick, not sleeping, not eating enough, not drinking enough, and stressed out. So, I'm usually of a much better nature, and you'll see me at the games, I'll be laughing a lot more. Okay, but again, thank you all of you for all this. I'm doing this for all of us, to become, to create the field of movement specialist, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna change the world. Okay, burn the questions. See you guys soon.